We are once again at Juba International Airport to receive the third batch of the survivors of Nasir attack. These 4 servicemen we are seeing here, today they are under the command of Sergeant Major Albino Deng Deng. They are under the command of Sergeant Major Albino Deng Deng. They arrived on the same day the first batch was extracted. You know, they arrived in Bong in different groups and at different times. So the first group that arrived, they were 5. But lucky enough, the rest remained on the day that they were extracted. So they came under the command of Major Shirai that was shot and wounded in the hand. So when the first batch was being extracted, we gave the wounded priority. That was how he arrived. So Bong constituted the first batch, then Malakal, Rubot followed. Then today the remaining 4 were successfully extracted from Bong. So we have received the third batch. We are expecting the 4th one to arrive from Malakal in the next 1 hour. That number is comprising of 22 servicemen and the command of an officer at the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. When they arrive, I will also notify you. For those who would be in a position, you will also come to receive them. Because Nasir and the surrounding areas have become an operational zone. Initially, the initial plan was for all the survivors, numbering 170, to be airlifted from Rubot airstrip in Wulang County to Juba directly. But the process was interfered with when the scope and the scale of operations intensified. So the routes were corrected. So there was rerouting. And mostly it was done using all means available. For those who had access to boats, especially the group that will be receiving the next hour, they had access to boats. They were taken by speedboats yesterday in the evening to Malakal. That's why they were able to go. The rest are moving on foot. All right. And Bong now is gaining a status of becoming an assembly area for the survivors. We have a good number that had been rerouted from the different locations in Wulang and Nasir County, and they are coming to Bong. So in the next few days, we are expecting around 60 or more servicemen to arrive at Bong at different times. Our local population, the White Army for Bong, they are conducting regular foot patrols, mobile protection force, and they are on high alert to go and receive them. Well, so this is the reason why we call you. And the reason why I keep on calling you to come to the airport from time to time is so that you help us in spreading the message of relief. You know, after Nasir was overrun, of course, a lot of casualties were taken, a lot of our servicemen were wounded, and all of them were scattered to different villages where they received protection from traditional chiefs, some Payam administrators, and most importantly, from members of the White Army. You know, in the Nuer setting, every clan has its own White Army. For instance, my clan at Bong, we are made of clans. We have our own White Army, and they took it upon themselves to give them care, protection, and feeding, and that's why there was no interference. So once you receive the survivors as a clan with your own White Army for your clan, because the White Army is meant for local protection, then you protect them, and that's why we are able to receive them today. And you can see them, they are in a good shape, by the way. One, the local community was able to quickly mobilize the little resources they had, bearing in mind that it is dry season. And there was a very quick intervention from the Chief of Defense Forces, provided food rations. And when the first plane was going in to collect them, I was able to put on plane some food rations. And then it went a long way in sustaining them. I also sent some money for their feeding. And you would agree with me, they are in a better shape. Okay. You know, they are saying in English that seeing is believing. You can see them here. They are at least in a good shape. It's an indication that they were properly sustained and protected. The reason why I keep on calling you, I almost touched it, and let me go back to it again. It's meant to serve around 3 purposes. One, to give hope to those who had almost lost hope that we have our servicemen that have survived. They are in different locations. I have their names. They are in different locations in different parts of Wulang, of Nasir in Upper Nile, and Bong, Payam of Akuba County in Jonglei State. So we parade them. Not you know, some people in the WhatsApp groups and on other social media, they are not happy. They are saying that we normally parade them, we are humiliating our own servicemen, we are doing blah blah blah. No, that was not the primary intent of the command. The primary intent of the command is that a lot of rumors, a lot of information went out that there was total annihilation of our forces in Malakal, in Nasir, sorry. Nobody survived. All of them were totally wiped out. So we are disputing this narrative that no, we have survivors. And we normally list them based on ranking system and using their respective counties, so that at least their loved ones are able to know quickly that from this Payam, I have Mr. So and so. And I normally give you so that you help in posting, so that their names appear on newspapers. Maybe if a radio station has the time to read out the names, and then the names are read out, so that their loved ones get some form of relief, that at least my son, my husband, my blah blah survived. That's the primary reason. Not that we are humiliating them. All right, you know that it is very important for everyone to underscore. The most important thing is when you survive, other things are secondary. The most important thing is survival. At the end of the day, when we enter this world, we normally come in our natural status. So if you survive, you come in slippers, like we bought for them slippers in Bong. You know, when they came, most of them did not have shoes. So we had to mobilize resources so that they are bought some slippers. The most important thing is surviving. I have my own story. About 33 years ago, I left Juba here during the first split. I defected here from SPLA to Reed faction then and joined Nasir faction. I walked all the way from here, Kurki, to Torit to Lapan to Launwer area. Then I was by then I had a brother of mine that was in Nairobi. He immediately organized for me to be taken to Nairobi. Believe me, and take it from me. Nobody bothered to buy for me any slippers. This kind of slippers you are seeing here. I landed at Wilson Airport, barefooted. It's a personal experience that I had. Okay. So the most important thing is survival. If you survive your ordeal, you will regain your glory. You can have the whole world, but if you lose your life, what does it mean?